Hello, everyone. This is Gene again. I hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are. We're in a bit of a cold snap here in New York City. And again, because I only ever get time these days to record at night, and my lighting isn't exactly the best. But it is what it is, right? So, I wanted to make a very brief video about a very, very happy topic. 1 second, it's not. There we go. Sonic the Hedgehog. In particular, the release of the second Sonic trailer. Sonic looks like Sonic again. I did a video earlier this year when the original trailer dropped, and I, like many, was very dismayed with the original trailer, with the horrific warhog look that Sonic had, and the choice of music, Gangsta's Paradise. It was just a very odd choice of music for a character who had always been so, happy, upbeat, energetic. It's like, why do you choose this moody song about death, right? For a character like that, right? The trailer was like universally panned, and the internet complained, and the people behind the film responded and said, hey, we'll fix it. And it looks like they have, right? I saw the new trailer. I think it is awesome. Sonic looks like Sonic. He looks like himself, right? The big eyes, the green eyes, the fur, the structure of his face and of his legs. It looks like the 1990s design come to life. And one of the things I really liked about this trailer was that it really felt like a 1990s kid movie trailer. It had all those classic tropes, right? Your sort of too cool for school protagonist, Sonic in this case, sort of like the put upon adult who has to sort of, rein him in, right? All these crazy adventures, all these, crazy stunts with a car and all this other stuff. To me, it had this feel of being very 90s again. It's like every 90s kid film ever, but at the same time, it didn't feel dated. It felt more like an homage to that type of film and that type of commercial and trailer, and less like a poor attempt or an insult or anything like that. So I think it's great. I especially love the choice of music. 2 songs that they used in the trailer, which were absolute great choices in my opinion, is Supersonic. It's like an old 80s hip hop jam. If you've ever heard Fergie's, I think it's Fergalicious, right? It sounds very similar to Supersonic because Fergie sampled that song for Fergalicious. But if you're a old school hip hop fan or you grew up around that time, you might remember the song, right? So I think that was a great choice of song, right? It's kind of funky. It's very energetic. It's got the word supersonic in it, right? Supersonic, right? That whole thing. So it's a great choice of song. I thought the second song that they used, which is Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones, was a great choice too, which when you think about it, it's like this classic punk song, right? It doesn't necessarily, you don't think it'll fit, at least to me. If you had told me that they're going to put a Ramones song in a Sonic trailer, I would have said no. I would have said no. Or at the very least, I would have said, choose another song. But maybe I want to be sedated or something. I don't know. I would have chose something else, but Blitzkrieg Bop, I think, right? And see, I can admit when I would have made a bad choice. Blitzkrieg Bop was the choice. If you're gonna use a Ramones song for this, that's the song to use, because again, it has this very energetic feel to it, right? Hey, oh, let's go, right? That whole thing. So, choice of song was really great. Really happy about that. Just the general tone of the trailer is good. I love the part where Sonic's playing baseball by himself, and he's the pitcher and he's the batter, and he's playing in the outfield. Right, he's moving so quickly that he's moving in between all these different positions. There's also a cool part earlier where he like flies through like one of the giant rings and he ends up on Earth because the trailer starts out with this beautiful recreation of the Green Hill Zone, and he's running around and everything, and then he speeds his way through one of those giant rings, and he ends up here on Earth, right? So then he's like experimenting and just playing around with like Earth stuff. He's like playing a ping pong by himself, right, going in between both sides. He's reading through all the Flash comics in a Flash. I thought that was such a cool scene. He's like running in place, I guess, in the washing machine. It's kind of like reminiscent of like a hamster wheel or something. So, all in all, I just thought it was great. I thought it was a great representation of his character, right? So I was very happy about that. The only thing that kind of, it's like if I had to give it a numerical rating, I would give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I would give it a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 is because I'm just not a fan of Jim Carrey. His work just doesn't speak to me. And I'm not going to say he's a bad addition per se, right? He is, how do I put it? 90s kids know him, right? Because we were kids when he started as a rising star, right? I remember watching In Living Color, right? That whole legendary Ice Ice Baby skit that he did and all that stuff. And, his like most famous films, Ace Ventura, The Mask, things like that, right, were in his 90s heyday. So I understand why he was chosen. I'm just not a fan of his work. I'm sorry, okay? I've seen Batman Forever, okay? His type of humor just doesn't speak to me. I'll just put it that way. I'm not saying he's a bad choice for the film. I just personally am not a fan of his work. So, again, 9 out of 10. Plus, he looks absolutely, with the exception of maybe like the facial hair, the weird mustache, he looks nothing like Robotnik, right? They just have him dressing in black and more black, which is not how Robotnik dresses. Especially if you go with the older games, like he would have this like red top, right, and then he would have the black pants. So I wish that they had given him a costume that was more. I'm not necessarily gonna say he has to look like Robotnik, having the very roly-poly Humpty Dumpty body, but something that was just a little more visually accurate, or at least stuck to his color scheme or something, right? It put in some red, something to actually make him be, at least, if not look like, then at least be reminiscent of Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman if you're a purist and you go by the Japanese names. Also wondering if they're gonna involve Tails in this. There was no sign of Tails, or if there was one in the trailer, I didn't see it. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Overall, I think the trailer's great. Sonic looks great. The choice of music was spot on. Cannot complain. Not even complaining about Jim Carrey. He's just not quite my cup of tea. So again, 9 out of 10. I'm very happy to see this. Although I will admit, the jaded part of me is like, they probably fixed this trailer because they know the movie's not going to be all that good. But look, a win's a win, right? Somebody finally listened to fan outcry and responded and actually gave the fans what they wanted. A Sonic who looks like Sonic. That's all we were asking for. Let me put it to you like this. I am not all that much of a Sonic fan, right? That was always my brother's thing. And of course, as I'm trying to record a video, noises! Yay, New York City. Yay, thank you, New York. You are awesome. Making my sound quality that much worse. Thank you, outside world. But anyhow, Sonic the Hedgehog and platformers in general have always been my brother's thing more than mine. But I was so happy about this that immediately after I saw the trailer, I I emailed him immediately, and I wrote in all caps like they fixed the trailer, and I sent him a link to it. That's how excited I was. I, somebody who's not a Sonic fan, got that happy over it that I had to contact the biggest Sonic fan that I know and let them know that they fixed it. I'm still waiting for him to email me back, but he's very busy, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, those are my thoughts on it. Please let me know how you thought of it, what you thought in the comments, and wherever you are this day or evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. Be happy, be safe. I will see you around the next one. Bye.